In today's episode, we are going to talk about the inline filter. Or known by its proper name, the polypropylene replacement cartridge. So this inline filter, if you've been following the channel and you watch the closed loop system or the sedimentation tank clean video, then you would have seen the inline filter and what it does. But we're going to take a closer look at it. We're going to replace it on a couple of machines because it is very important to replace for two reasons. Once the filter gets clogged up, it's not going to really be at its full use for when you're actually, when you need the water to recirculate from a closed loop system. And the other reason is it does make the machine smell. So that's something that I've witnessed firsthand, and it's not pleasant. So that is something that you definitely need to keep in mind as well. The cleanliness, the maintenance of the machine. Yes, it cleans other things and it does a great job at it, but you've got to understand that you have to keep the Aquablast maintained and cleaned as well. So yeah, we'll look at the inline filter and we'll change it. This is what a clean filter is supposed to look like. Can anyone tell the difference? So yeah, as you can see, we'll have a look on the inside as well. I don't really want to tip it too much because, again, like I said, the smell is not pleasant. But you can see the filter has worked throughout its time. This is probably a couple of months worth of blasting. And yeah, not just almost clean parts. No, we're talking like oil, grease, dirt, and if you remember from a previous video on the fuel pump, and how dirty that was. So that's that's all of that's been caught by the filter. Now, at the bottom of the filter, it's probably a little unclear, but you can just about make it out at the bottom where the water is, and then underneath that you've got all the waste that's come from the machine. It's settled at the bottom. So it's effectively done its job, but I feel like, it's time to replace. Okay, so that was one of the filters from one of 3 machines that I'm going to change filters from, but I will concentrate on the 915 because, like I said, he's our trusted friend. He has gotten us through some tough and sticky situations, dirty situations, greasy situations, oily, all that stuff. It's done it. So yeah, we'll change it on the 915 to make it work better. Okay, that is pretty disturbing, and it's definitely not something that you want to drop on the floor. Yeah, so we're just going to go empty this out. Again, make sure you do this safely because there could be other bits at the bottom. Give you a better view in the daylight. That is not pretty. It's not going to be pretty, but all in the name of science. You can tell that it's done a decent job and it is time for it to change. I mean, just look at that at the bottom there. So that's obviously a little bit of water left, and all the stuff that comes off, all the dirt that comes off from cleaning components. This is the good thing with the closed loop system, that you can actually see it working and you can see where your money's been invested. Something like a filter, it's relatively cheap to change. And it is something that we do recommend that you do every month, every couple of months, all obviously depending on how many times you use it and for what certain application that you're using it for. But yeah, so it makes a difference from something like this to see it working. It's expanded obviously because it's soaked up all the water, and to make it look like this. Again, not a pretty sight, I understand, but it's all in the name of science and for you to know the importance of maintaining and servicing your Aquablast machine. Okay, so we've got the filter out. Now we're just gonna give this a rinse through, just normal rinse. Hopefully it'll get rid of that smell. But right, let's go do that. Cleaned. It's been emptied. Well, it's been cleaned to the best that it can be cleaned because it's going to go back in there. It's going to go through the same cycle again. So last thing that remains to unpack this. Put some water in the actual holder, and then that's how your closed loop system starts working. That's how your recirculation of the water starts. So right, we'll do that, and then I'll put it back in and we're good to go. Okay, there you go. Changed, ready to fit back in. And the 915 will carry on its lifespan. So put that there. The 915 filter has been changed. Now I just got to do that 2 more times and just put up with that smell. Okay. Thank you so much for watching. So I hope you enjoyed that video. I didn't as much because I had to deal with the smells. So, but yeah, it was good. It's good for me to put that forward to you guys, so you obviously become aware of it. Right, okay, well I'm gonna go. I will catch you on the next video. Please don't forget to follow, subscribe, like, all that kind of good stuff. And yeah, I'll catch you on the next one. Stay safe, stay tuned.